Good evening. The book center will close in 10 minutes. Thank you for browsing and shopping with us. Please come again.
The story of Spoken Tokens begins here, with this cassette tape. And just like many life stories, I didn't know I was on the beginning of a life journey. In November of 1987, my mother and I owned a family bookstore, and my father recorded an 11-second store closing message. He wasn't feeling well at the time, and little did my mother, my father, and I know that within 17 weeks he would pass away from leukemia. When you love someone this much, and you're left with this as a memory, you're left with an empty space in your heart. Moving forward in life, I met my sister by heart, Susan, and her father, Walt. Walt had recently lost his wife and asked Susan if he could move in with her for just a short period of time until he got back on his feet emotionally after his loss. 18 years passed, and Walt was still in the care of Susan. He was 87 years old by this time, and I thought to myself that Susan and Walt were losing more and more opportunities to interact with each other. Knowing what I had lost with my father by not having an intended message, a message for me from him of love and sentiment, I wanted to make sure that Susan and Walt had no regrets. I placed a mini recorder in a small wooden box. Suspended in the middle of the box, I placed a shepherd hook with a plastic heart filled with glitter. This was a visual way for Walt to speak what was in his heart.
Hi, Susan. This is your dad. Thank you for everything you do for me. I love you very much.
The message box sat on Susan's mantle for many years, and whenever anyone found out what the message box contained, they began to tell us about their own stories, about why they would love to give one or receive one. Then 9/11 occurred, and there were so many stories of people holding on to messages from their loved ones, or families of the rescuers hearing recordings made of their loved ones during that day. I knew then that I really wanted to move Susan's message box off her mantle and give people the opportunity to carry with them the love that we hold in our hearts for each other. Since recording his message in the message box, Walt has passed away. We were able to transfer his message into a love heart, and now Susan has a priceless gift. The happiness, the comfort, and the peace of hearing love. That's what Spoken Tokens is about, and that's my wish for you. Whether giving or receiving, that Spoken Tokens brings happiness, comfort, and the peace of hearing love. For spoken words say it best.